Good morning, ladies. It's Miss Martinez here. Happy Thursday. We're almost at the end of the week. So here is our new CGI story problem for the day. I did already go ahead and do this again just because it's easier for me to do it and write it out and explain it. So let's go ahead and read the problem. It says, Pierce has a tomato garden. There are 9 rows with 8 tomato plants in each row. Abby has 124 more tomato plants than Pierce. How many tomato plants does Abby have? So I went in and I circled my numbers 9, 8, and 124. I went and underlined my question. How many tomato plants does Abby have? Not how many Pierce has, so be careful with that, okay? And then boxed in my important words. Well, I have 9 rows, so that's important, with 8 in each row. And Abby has 124 more than Pierce. Okay, so now you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna show me 2 ways to solve it. Go ahead and get started, pause the video, and unpause when you're ready to go over them, okay? So make sure you're careful. You're looking for how much Abby has, not how much Pierce has. Okay, that's not gonna be your final answer. Okay, go ahead. Okay, if you're back, that means you're done, you have an answer, and you're ready to review. So when I am looking at this problem, ladies, I realize that this is going to be a 2-step problem. I can't just do one little operation and have my answer. So when I'm looking here, I first want to know how many does Pierce have, because it only tells me that it's 9 rows with 8 in each row. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to figure that out. One way that you can do this is by multiplying them, or you can do the distributed property if you can't multiply straight through. So I'm going to be doing 9 times 8. I'm going to use the distributed property to help make it easier. So I'm going to go ahead and make that. Now I'm going to keep the 8 because even though it is only one smaller, it's still the smaller number. So I'm going to keep that. And now I need to find 2 numbers that are going to go and equal 9 when I add them together. I'm just going to choose 5 and 4 just because that's what I like. Okay, but you can choose any number. So now I need to go ahead and figure out 8 times 5 or 5 times 8. So if you know your 5 facts, this should be easy. All you have to do is count 5 8 times. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So now I know this is 40. And now you need to do 8 times 4 or 4 times 8. What is 4 times 8? 32. So now I'm going to add those together, 40 plus 32 to get my answer. I can do this on the side if I need to. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get 72 as my answer. So now I know that Pierce has 72, but that is not my full final answer because the question asked me how many tomato plants does Abby have, not Pierce. So Pierce has 72. So I'm going to write Pierce next to this. But Abby has 124 more than what Pierce has. So what operation would I need to do with the 124 and the 72 to figure out how many Abby has? I would need to add them because she has more than that. So I'm going to take the 124 and the 72 and I'm going to add those together and I'll get my final answer. 4 plus 2, 6, 2 plus 7, 9, and 1 plus nothing, 1. So my total is 196. So now I know that Abby has 196 tomato plants. And that would be your full answer. Okay? Now I'm going to show you one other way that you could do this. Okay, so I'm going to show you one more way to do this. If you are not confident or you just cannot do the distributive property, you can still solve this problem. We can go ahead and we can draw it out. I can draw 9 rows with 8 tomatoes in each. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows here. So I'm going to have 9 rows and there are going to be 8 of them in each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I would keep going ahead and making that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then to find out how many Pierce has, you would count them all up. Now, if you cannot count them all up and you don't want to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you don't have to do that. You know that there are 8 in each of these, right? You know that there are 8 for all of these. So you can go ahead and you can skip count a little bit. You can figure out 8 plus 8 is 16, right? So you can keep doing that. You'll have 8 left over because there's an odd number of rows. And then you can go ahead and you can do 16 plus 16. If I come down here, 16 plus 16, I know comes out to be 32. So then that's 32. And look, that is because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 8s makes 32. Same as that, okay? So then 16 plus 16 is 32, 16 plus 16, 32, and then I still have the 8. So then I would go ahead and add 32 plus 32. And that's gonna give me 64. And then I just have to add that last 8 there. So 64 plus 8, and that's gonna give me 72. So I still get 72 as my answer for how much Pierce has. So now I still know that Pierce has 72. But again, I'm trying to figure out how many Abby has. So I again would do the same thing. I'd have to subtract I'd have to add my 124 that I know she has more than, plus the 72 I figured out. So I'd go ahead and I'd do that, and I'd still get 196. Also, when I get my final answer of 196, I want to check my work. So what I could do to check my work here is that, well, 196 minus the 124 or minus the 72 should come out to be that way. So if I did 196 minus 124, I should come out with 72. Now if I go ahead and I do that, 6 minus 4 is 2, 9 minus 2 is 7, 1 minus 1 is 0. So I am checked out, okay? So sometimes we want to make sure that we have our work checked just in case we made a silly mistake here or there, okay? So this is what the whole thing looks like. Make sure you go ahead and head over to Zearn and News ELA. Ladies, a lot of you are not on News ELA for Harvard and Princeton, so please make sure that you're getting onto there. It's very important and it does affect your grade. And then make sure you've watched the other videos for the day and have a fabulous, fabulous night.